How is climate change transforming the face of Africa, the continent known for its diverse ecosystems and vibrant cultures? Today, we're going to tackle this burning question. Climate change, a global concern, is leaving a significant mark on Africa, a land of rich diversity and heritage. The urgency of the issue can't be overstated. It's time to bring this conversation to the forefront. To understand the gravity of the situation, we delve into real-life examples from various corners of Africa. Imagine living in the Sahel, the transition zone in Africa between the Sahara to the north and the Savannah to the south. This narrow band of semi-arid land, a bridge between desert and savanna, is under threat. Climate change is accelerating desertification, turning green land into desert at an alarming pace. This isn't just about sand encroaching on grassland. It's about livelihoods. Agriculture, the backbone of Sahel's economy, is becoming increasingly challenging. As fertile land shrinks, farmers struggle to grow enough food. Livestock herders find fewer and fewer patches of grass for their animals. This scarcity isn't just an economic issue, it's a social one as well. With fewer resources to go around, conflict flares up. Neighbors clash over the remaining fertile land and water resources, adding a layer of human tragedy to the environmental crisis. Such drastic changes in the Sahel are but a glimpse into the larger picture of climate change in Africa. Now picture Lake Chad, once one of Africa's largest lakes, now shrinking at an alarming rate. This vast body of water, straddling the borders of Chad, Niger, Nigeria, and Cameroon, is quite the paradox. Despite its size, it's a shallow lake, making it particularly susceptible to the ravages of climate change. With temperatures rising and rainfall patterns changing, the lake has lost more than 90% of its original size over the last 6 decades. This isn't just a matter of geography, it's a human tragedy. Over 30 million people depend on Lake Chad for their livelihoods, using its waters to fish, irrigate crops, and support livestock. As the lake shrinks, so do these people's means of survival. The ripple effect of this environmental calamity goes beyond the immediate communities, sparking conflicts over dwindling resources and exacerbating existing tensions. Lake Chad's plight is a stark reminder of the devastating consequences of climate change. Cape Town, a bustling city in South Africa, faced a terrifying reality in 2018, Day Zero. This was the day when the city's water supply was predicted to run dry, a chilling prospect for the 4 million residents. What led to this harsh reality? The answer lies in a 3-year-long drought, the worst the city had seen in over a century. This drought wasn't just a random act of nature, but a symptom of a larger global issue: climate change. Rising temperatures are causing weather patterns to shift dramatically, leading to longer and more severe periods of drought. For Cape Town, this meant tightening water restrictions, with residents rationing their daily water use to a mere 50 liters, less than a third of the average American's daily usage. This was a city pushed to the brink of a humanitarian crisis, all because of a changing climate. Cape Town's Day Zero serves as a dire warning for other cities across the globe. From the shrinking of Lake Chad to Cape Town's water crisis, climate change is reshaping Africa in profound ways. Its impacts are as diverse as the continent itself, from shifting sands in the Sahel to the water scarcity in southern Africa. The Sahel, a region that was once a green pasture, is now a swath of desert, pushing people and wildlife into increasingly smaller areas. This is not just an environmental issue. It's a matter of life and death for millions who depend on the land for their survival. Take Lake Chad, for instance. Not too long ago, it was one of Africa's largest lakes, a lifeline for millions. But in a matter of decades, it has shrunk to a fraction of its former size. This vanishing act is a stark reminder of the harsh realities of climate change. And let's not forget Cape Town's water crisis, a bustling city that nearly ran out of water, facing what was called Day Zero, a crisis that was a wake-up call to the world about the urgency of water conservation. It's clear that climate change is no longer a distant threat, but a present reality. The urgency to act has never been greater. We need to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, invest in renewable energy, and safeguard our natural resources. The future of Africa, and indeed the world, depends on our collective action against climate change. Let us rise to the challenge.